What did you make of the performance?
Yeah, I thought we started well the first half, started very well the second half, so that was good. There were good spells, really couldn't keep it up, to be honest as well. So, but said before the game, we have to be ready for little steps, and this is a little step. We have a clean sheet against Chelsea, which is good. We didn't create awful lot of chances or whatever, but we had them, and they had their chances as well. We defended, if in the second half, then a bit more with passion than with clear organisation, because we were a bit too deep in these moments, and that's it. So in the end, 0-0. I'm okay with it for today because, how I said. When I said before the game, you have to be ready for these steps, then you have to accept it as well. So would I have wished for 45 and 45 minutes like we started each half? Yes, but so we can build on that. That's true as well.
Yeah, it was hectic, particularly in the middle of the field. You were just looking for a little bit more composure.
But it was from both teams. Both teams were very aggressive, so that's good. And when you remember the games we played last year against them, the two finals, it was were different games, but they were hectic as well in moments. So how it is, it's everybody told me before the game, and it's the truth as well. It was 9th against 10th, so these kind of games happen, and it's absolutely fine. How I said, we have to build on stuff, and we had good performances today. Everybody was committed to defending, definitely. We had in long parts of the game a really good organisation, which is important as well. First half in our goods where we won balls a lot, but gave them away a bit too quick then. Play the first pass immediately forward without controlling it, and even Thiago did that, which was unnecessary. When you lose these balls, you cannot really gain momentum, but for the moment it's fine.
You came out in the second half and you really took a grip on the game there. Was that the moment, was that the period where you should have capitalised on it?
Yeah, it would have been cool, obviously, but I would have taken the chance, the goal when Trent scores the goal, would have taken that as well, so that probably would have been a better moment. But no, it's right. We wanted to step up. I told the boys 70-75% performance so far, so there's space for improvement. We can cause them more problems. We can put them more under pressure. We showed the boys situations where they struggle to defend us, and try to do it again. Did it very well, but then the game opened up again, and that's how it is.
Thanks, Jürgen.
You're welcome.
Klopp says he's okay with the point today. Where do you think they can finish this season then, Stephen? Because they've proven before they can go on a run when it starts to click.
Yeah, I think there's recognition there from Jürgen that he knows his team are not in a fantastic moment. Big players back from injury. It'll improve naturally when new signings settle more, i.e. Gakpo, Nunes. We get more of a tune out of him. So, as I say, it will be a patient one. In terms of where they can finish, it'll probably depend on how quickly they can get the injuries back. And they need to keep building on the last few performances because there's more positives in them too, and there's enough time to put a run of fixtures together to get into the top four. But I think now if Jürgen could sign up for top four and try and win the FA Cup, I think he'd sign up for it now.
Do you think they can still make the top four?
Yeah, I think you have to say on what they've done in the past few seasons, they are the team other than Man City who have shown that they're capable of going on runs of winning 10 on the bounce. Others are yet to do that and prove that. So if they get the injuries back, I think both teams are just suffering from huge injury lists, and they're having to kind of paper up the cracks a little bit with the players that are coming in, and then you lose confidence, and these teams are in a rebuilding moment in terms of building that confidence, and that's huge for no matter what player you are. We've been there where if you're a big player and you lose confidence, you were nowhere near that same player. You've got to rebuild it over a period of time. It doesn't come overnight, and that comes with games. Days like today, clean sheet, build on something, find a positive and move on.
And that point means Chelsea stay 10th. Joe, what's achievable for them?
They'd sign up right now today for a top four finish. I just think when you have as many injuries as you had, and the lads who are training, if you get 5 players who are not fit and you're playing against a Premier League side, even if it's a Brentford or Brighton, they might not have the quality, but if they've got players in rhythm and fitness, it's hard, and you start losing confidence and things go wrong. I think both managers have done very well. They've just been very calm. They're not digging their own team out. They know the lads of both teams are fighting and scrappy today. They got the 0-0. So I just think it's a case for both clubs just to be calm, and they'll be closer to the top of the table than they are now come the end of the season. That's for sure.
Yeah, James Milner saying a clean sheet is a step in the right direction. Also said that the pitch made it difficult for them to play the way they wanted to play today. What do you think about that?
It looked perfect in the game, so I'll have to disagree with that one. But I agree with him, there was a lot of grit, determination. It was a battling performance. The clean sheet is a positive, and they are fighting to turn the form around, but they're going to have to be patient because they've got a lot of big hitters that are missing through injury.
Just 1 point in the Premier League in 2023. It's really not what we're used to seeing from Liverpool. Where do you think their biggest problem is?
They've got big players that are out injured that give them more threat, that make them more potent up front. They're on the back of 2 clean sheets, so they seem as if they've got the base back. But there is parts and elements of Liverpool's identity that are missing at the moment. They had a lot of experience on the bench. I was surprised with the team selection. I thought in this fixture he would have put Henderson and Firmino in to be more aggressive and try and jump on Chelsea a little bit higher up. It took them till half-time, the second half, to really start pressing high and winning balls a little bit higher up, and they got some decent half chances on the back of it. But the realistic thing with Liverpool now is you've got to be patient. Van Dijk's out. He's so important to them in both boxes. You know, from a set piece, he carries a threat as well. Jota brings goals. Diaz, it was the replacement for Mane. You know, obviously with Harvey Elliott out there, with all due respect, it's not the same threat. So they've got 4 or 5 big players that are out missing at the moment, and you can see it in the performance because they lack quality and they also lack that real dangerous element that they've got to the game under Jurgen Klopp.
Absolutely. Is it down to injuries, do you think, Rio? How much of an excuse is that? Is it down to Jurgen Klopp to get more out of the players that he has?
No, I think it plays a huge part. I think even just psychologically in a change room, you sit there, you look around and you're used to seeing the Van Dijks, the Diaz coming in, the Jotas impacting games, Firmino, etc., and they're not there. That's going to impact players. We know it's like we've been in their dressing rooms. You want your biggest players in big moments in the season to carry you through. But then it is about gathering yourselves together and going, we've got to do without these guys, forget them and put them to one side and go and play the way we know how to play. And I think that we spoke to Jurgen Klopp before the game and he spoke about distances between the players, getting that right to be able to press. And that's fundamentally where they've got it wrong a lot of the times this season. You wouldn't put that out to personnel. It's about actually being able to implement the tactics that the manager's putting forward, and they haven't done that as well as they've done in previous seasons up to now.
It's one of the oldest average starting 11s in the Premier League at Liverpool. Does it feel like they are coming to the end of something?
I wouldn't say they're coming to the end. I just think Jurgen, like we talked about him being patient, bringing players through the door, I think it does need freshening up. The injuries, similar to Chelsea, there's massive injuries and it does strain the squad. They'll be looking around in January at the end of the season to add a few more young players. And also you've got to wait for the young players like Harvey Elliott and Cavallo. They're going to get better and better as the years go by. Obviously Milner's getting on, Henderson's on the other side of 30. So the team will need freshen up, but there's still a lot of quality in that team and they will get better.
Do you know what? I think that what they've been doing recently is buying players to come in, especially more recently, to you can wait for the younger players that they're not going to be your first 11. I think he's got to go now at the moment that this team's crying out for players that come in and play immediately and hit the ground running with a bit of experience. So maybe a change in the way they recruit, but they do need players to come in and really impact the first 11, I think, now.
OK, well, more on Liverpool in just a moment, but let's get some reaction from the Chelsea camp. It's 4 points from 2 games from Graham Potter, and he is with Des.
In the balance all the way through. How do you think Chelsea did today then?
I thought the performance was good. Happy with the team, happy with the energy in the team, what we tried to do. Obviously we're playing against an opponent that is at Anfield. It's always tough, but no, happy with a lot of it. We obviously wanted to win, but in the end it's a clean sheet, it's a point for us and we move forward.
Yeah, you started well and you coped with the pressure at the start of the second half as well. All good signs.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I thought first half we were decent. Obviously a little bit unlucky not to get the goal. Soft side is what it is. But throughout the game I thought we had, like I said, good energy. I thought they started the second half well and we adjusted a couple of things then and got a bit more control in the game. Had a couple of chances. So overall, yeah, positive day, apart from the fact that we wanted 3 points.
To pick out a couple of individuals, Thiago Silva was given the Man of the Match award. He's key to this side, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean he's helping Benoit. Benoit's that's his second game in the Premier League. Who I also thought did really well, but to have Thiago alongside him is a big help. So yeah, delighted with his form. He's an important player for us, a leader in the team, leader in the group.
So it's nice that it looks like he's enjoying his football.
And Mudryk came on because we saw a flash, a little glimpse of what he can do. It looks exciting.
Yeah, I mean he's not played football for a while. He's been on a mid-season break, so we had to manage his minutes, and he's still in that phase. But I think you could see his quality. I thought he had a good impact on the game.
So it's a positive point. We're seeing a more unified Chelsea side now.
Yeah, I mean we've had a tough period, of course, but for different factors and different reasons. But the group has always stayed together. We've always remained calm and tried to get our own perspective on things. But at the same time, the results aren't what we'd like. But at the same time, the group's fighting, and I'm happy with the performance today.
Thanks, Graham.
Thank you.
Yeah, it has been a tough period. Are you seeing enough signs of improvement there, though, Joe, turn this around?
Yeah, definitely. I think he's very calm in his way he speaks. He doesn't seem like a manager that's feeling the pressure. He's very good in his interviews. There was enough today. Like you said, you got Reece James back training, Chilwell's back training, so they're going to be back soon. Kovacic, Kante, all of that injury list will eventually come back. I think Benoit done very well. Benoit Badiashile on the left side next to Thiago Silva, so they're keeping clean sheets. Very similar to James Milner's interview. I think that applies to Chelsea. I think you start by keeping clean sheets, and then you've got Mudryk coming in, João Felix to come back. Now all of a sudden we've got a threat in the final third. Chelsea will be fine. It's just a very difficult period for the club, and you just want calm from everyone in and around the club, and I think they'll get back up near the top.
We spoke about the injuries for Liverpool. Is it about right where they are, 10th in the table, where, the injuries that they've got, Chelsea, they've got like 10 key players out?
No, I still think they should be higher up because I think the squad should be good enough to cope with it, the amount of money that they've spent. I'd be extremely excited about the new kid, Mudryk, if I was a Chelsea fan going away. I thought that was a very strong cameo from the side, and if he's not fit and there's still more to come in that department, I think the Chelsea fans, and I know Joe is really excited. He looks the real deal. Some of his clips today were outstanding. He reminded me a little bit of Iron Robin, not the first touch, obviously he got that one wrong, but I think from here, his footwork and how quick he is, the way he manipulates the ball, I'd be very excited if I was Chelsea.
I think what he done today was he threatened Liverpool. When you can do things like this in the final third, forget the tactics, forget what system you play, you build up or anything. You've got a player like that who can do this, who can run away from someone. And, James Milner's very, very lucky there, and he's also a goal threat. Chelsea have now got two players, including João Felix, fresh players that come in and hurt us. Look, this is a lovely pass on the inside. He comes in, lovely way to pass. He's making chances, he's affecting the game. You've got a player like that in your ranks now. It lifts the crowd, and it's a reason to be positive. I think he's a strong boy there. Look, he bounces off Fabinho, and he's in. And again, another lovely way to pass. He had a 35-minute cameo, which really excited me.
I think what I liked about him as well, we all have seen clips and we've seen like explosive pace, but I saw soft feet there as well. Somebody who's got a good way to pass, good decision making in the final third, a calmness, running at speed. Those elements there make it frightening proposition for a fullback when he minutes in a probably month or so. So who knows what he's going to be producing after this, but it's an exciting moment for the Chelsea fans, and I'm sure there'll be Arsenal fans sitting there going, oh my days, how did we let that one go?
That's why 9 million gets you. Looks like he's going to be fun to watch. What did you think of Cody Gakpo's day today?
I still think he's finding his feet, settling in. I'm yet to see a cameo or a performance at that level today from Mudryk, but I've seen enough in the World Cup. I also seen enough at PSV when I was at Aston Villa to know that he is a talent. I think it'll have to be a patient one. I don't think he's playing in his natural position as the central number 9. I see him more as a wide forward or someone who plays in and around the natural 9. His endeavour was there, his desire, he worked hard to make some of his half chances himself. But yeah, I think there just needs to be a little bit more patience with him and he'll come good.
Yeah, just his fourth game, isn't it? Just needs that time, as Stephen said, Joe.
Yeah, and he's a young man, Linz, and little things like that, just snatching at things. You're desperate to get off the mark. And he will get there, no doubt. He's a quality player. But when you're at a new club as a young man, sometimes you're trying a little bit too hard. You need one to come off your shin or something, then you can get going.
It really does, and it finished goalless here at Anfield, and both Liverpool and Chelsea could find themselves 12 points outside the top 4 by the end of the weekend. Let's get some reaction from James Milner. He's with Des Kelly.
James, was that ultimately a little bit frustrating out there today?
Yeah, obviously I think we always want to win our home games. You know, we know the situation we're in at this moment. Things aren't as easy as everything feels that bit more difficult. But we've got to stick together, keep working hard. You know, I think pleasing obviously to get a clean sheet. That's where we need to start that basis and get that base. And you saw the fight from the boys out there. And had chances to win it, you know, they had chances as well, so that's something obviously that we can tighten up on, but, you know, we had chances to win the game.
The midfield was an almighty scrap for much of the game, particularly in the first half, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was tough. It was obviously two teams who are obviously playing the best at this moment in time. I think that's why you have to win that battle, and, you know, the pitch didn't make it overly easy to play as much as we would like, but also at times, you know, we could have made it easier for ourselves by, you know, maybe having an extra touch, but also moving for each other a bit more. There wasn't too many options at times, and again, that's something that we can work on, but also we had really good spells in the game as well. I thought we started the game pretty well, and you know, second half, so there's things to work on, but like I say, a clean sheet is a step in the right direction.
And of course, no easy results, and it's about stubborn belief now, just getting into the team, getting a pattern.
Like you say, I think when you're in a tough period and a tough moment in the team, I think it's important that you stick together, you see the great determination and fight for those clean sheets, and that's where it starts. It's, you know, not the best football matches that we're ever playing, but it's small steps to get, you know, where we know we can be, and at this moment in time it was a game that was important. We didn't lose, we'd have liked to win it, but, you know, it's pleasing we did have the chances, but, you know, we need to make steps, and this is a small step in the right direction, but we've obviously got a long way to go where we want to be.
Thanks very much, James.
Thank you.